hear you. This system will notify you once you begin your broadcast. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everybody, can you hear me now? I have logged in again. And just want to get an acknowledgement from your side if you can hear me. Can you hear me now? Oh, great, great. That's very nice, Sarita. So, hi, good morning to all of you. Good morning and good evening. Okay, good morning and good evening in different time zones. Okay, depending upon your time zones, I'll be telling good morning and good evening. Fine. Great, great. Okay. So, can we get started? Okay, everybody is excited about this. Fine. So, as we know that this will be the final day session, we can you can ask me as many doubts as possible. So, I'm trying to just share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Great, great. Fine. Okay. So, as you guys had told me, okay, we need to discuss some, Kusto query from the machine learning angle also, okay, and go into depth of it. Okay. I just want to start this class with a question that if you guys are using Python for problem solving, okay, are you guys familiar with Python as a language? I just want to clear this out, okay, because we can, great, okay. So if you guys are using Python, okay, I can add some Python angle also. If you are okay confident with Python, okay, we can add some analysis using Python also. Got it? Okay. So if you are confident with Python, just give me a 150 in the chat. Okay. And if you are not, just give me a 50. 150 and 50. Okay. If you are already using Python, you can give me a 150. It will be very easy for me to. Okay. Okay. So all of you are new to this. Then I think it does not make that much sense. Okay. Fine. So what? Okay. We can continue upon the Kusto query explorer. Okay. So there is one more way in which we can do. Okay. So what Azure gives you is Azure gives you a Azure Data Studio. Azure gives you an Azure Data Studio, okay, to do the analysis. Azure Data Studio. Okay, so you can basically install this Data Studio on your basically workstations, and it will look something like this. It will look something like this. Over here, you can add connections. Okay, get connected to your Azure machine. Okay, and get started with coding. Got it? You can get started with coding. Okay, so you can basically code from here also in the Kusto query itself. In the Kusto query itself, you can code from here. Second option is Okay, so this will require approximately 5 GB of free space for installation. Fine. What if you don't want to do it? In that case, what we'll do is we will go to our Gmail accounts. Okay, and in this Gmail account, we will go into something known as Colab. Colab, okay, okay, which is an IDE for Python. Okay, so in that also there is a chance that you can write Kusto query, KQL. We call it as KQL. Okay, so what we do is, if we just go into this URL, okay, if you have Google accounts, you just have to go into this URL, which is known as colab.research.google.com. Okay, so you just have to log in. Okay, and what we'll do is, we will, by using the Python interpreter shell, we will install the KQL magic dependency. Okay, once it is installed, we will be able to see this KQL over here. Okay, it is nothing but Kusto query languages, and it is supported by all your Azure resources. Fine. So by just going over here, what we can do is, if I go into KQL and I'll say Azure Data Explorer, I can get all my packages over here. Okay, fine. Fine. Got it. So once you have installed it, you can see we can have our Kusto client application. Got it. So you will have all your schemas loaded over here. Fine. So from here itself, you can get started. Okay, by writing Kusto queries. If you don't want to get into the things, fine. So whatever we were doing in the Azure logs can be accessed from here. We were doing it by using Azure accounts, can be accessed in these notebooks. Okay, and the most important things about these notebooks are, these can be saved. Okay, these can be saved. Okay, so let's say that if you are once you have these events with you, okay, and let's say that you have to summarize it. Fine. And you want to summarize it by state count. Okay, so it's this is the way it can be done. Okay, so how do you which approach do you find better? Okay, this is just by having your Google account. You have to go to this URL. Okay, import your KQL, get started. Okay, and you can fire all your queries over here itself. Got it. Okay. Okay, so which approach do you find is better for you guys? Okay, because I am telling you, because I thought some people might want Python and machine learning angle, and that is the reason I thought I should come up with this idea. Okay, what would you like to continue with? Would you like to continue with an Azure account? Okay, or your Google Python IDE? Okay, depending upon your choice, we'll go ahead. Okay, I have shown you both the approaches. Okay, so whatever you feel like, you can just tell me. Colab is better. Okay. No, everything is online. Okay, it's an online software. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to give me Colab. Okay, or I want you to give me Azure. Colab or Azure. Okay, Colab. Fine. Satya is telling Colab. I want feedback from everybody. Okay, and we'll go with the majority. Or okay, fine. And is telling. The benefit of using Colab will be in case further. Okay, you want to take it to the machine learning angle, ML angle. Okay, okay, and you want to use Python for problem solving. Okay, so either you will be using this data studio, Azure Data Studio, fine, but this is 5 GB of installation. Okay, and next is if you want, you can do everything online also. Okay, and that is done in Colab. Got it? Because Colab is giving you all these things online. Okay, no need to install this. Okay, so okay, and you have changed your choice. Okay, fine. Colab, fine. Colab. Okay. Any, I mean, please give your responses because you will be doing hands-on with me. Okay, so I want everybody to just do it very nicely. Okay, Harsh, your reply is Maitri. Your reply, I'm awaiting. Bagdevi, your reply. Daniel, Rajneesh. Okay, I'm awaiting replies from everybody, and kindly reply. We are having the last class today. Okay, fine. So what I want you to do is, if you have Google accounts, I want you to open this collab.research.google.com. I want you to, sorry, I want you to open this link, which is collab.research.google.com. Okay, and log in with your Gmail accounts. Okay, okay. So, I mean, I just want to know this thing since somebody has said whatever Andy says. Okay. So, Andy, are you a manager over here? I'm just asking for my curiosity. Oh, yes. That's great. That's very nice. Okay. So, once you have opened collab.research.google.com, can you see something like this? Okay. I want you to add a coding cell. Okay. And over there, I want you to install by using Python interpreter. I want you to install this KQL magic dependency. Yeah. Harsh, is there any problem? uh, collab is not getting open. Okay, how many of you can open collab? If you can open collab, just give me an open. Okay, if you cannot, just give me a not. Okay, fine. Or you can give me yes or no, that was also fine. Just tell me, especially if you cannot open. Collab is open, fine. Okay, Rajnish, you said that you were not able to open provided URL, something like that. Okay. Once you have installed KQL, okay, if this command has been magic everything, a new session is created, or we can save the notebook for future. You can definitely save the notebook. So notebooks are saved by default, okay. And if you want to, no, this Rajinish, this URL is my personal URL, okay, and it is linked to my personal Google Drive, and that's the reason it will not open. Okay, yeah. So Andy, I'll ask, what should I address you as, Andy or Murli? Okay, I'll address you as AM. Okay, so AM, okay, fine. AM, what happens is, we will, as soon as KQL Magic gets installed, all of these instructions are by default active in your notebook. Okay, and notebook is saved by default in your Google Drive. Now, if you want this notebook also to be stored in your laptop, okay, so what you can do is you can just go into File and just download IPYNB. Okay, so this notebook will get downloaded. Fine, and you can open it in your browser and view everything. Also, if you can see, you can download it in the form of an HTML file. Okay, got it? Did I answer your question, AM? Okay, fine. Next is, I want you to reload this and verify. How to open this file? You can just open, I mean, upload a new notebook and just upload your notebook, and you will be able to open it. Rajnish. Okay, fine. And in case you want to run it on your desktop, you will have to require some tool like this Azure Data Studio. Okay, or there is a tool known as Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so you'll be able to open by it. Jupyter Notebook, very famous tool and very light tool. Okay, once you have reloaded this over here, KQL Magic, if you can see some message like this, if you can see a message like this showing KQL in I mean in like this, okay, just give me KQL in capital letters if you can see something like this. Fine. Okay, Harsh. Great. Very nice. Okay, now we'll I mean just access those samples that we were using from last few days. Okay, so what you'll do is just add a percentage KQL. Okay, and once you have done it, just copy this code. Fine. Okay. Now what we'll do is, if you are done with code generation, okay, if you are done with this code generation, just give me a code. Only then we are going ahead. If you are done with this code generation and entry of this code, okay, such that these two applications get connected, just give me a code. In the chat, you can give me the code. Great. Okay. What I want you to do is, from the storm events, just fetch the last 5 events. Just fetch the last 5 events. Bad request, entity not found. Mm, Sarita, why is this happening? Mm. You entered the same code. You copied this code from here and you entered the same code over there, I think, when the pop-up had come for connection to the Azure. Sarita, am I correct? Would you like to? Yeah, would you like to just share your screen? Yeah, so I mean, there is an option to share the screen. Just a minute, let me just make you the presenter. For some reasons, I cannot see Sarita. Okay, make presenter. Okay, fine. Sarita, you are the presenter right now. Can you just share your screen? Great. Yeah, database equal to sample. Oh, yeah. So the database is equal to samples. LES. Okay, yeah, correct. Fine. Okay, is the code option coming? Okay, you are running it. Fine. Ideally, it should come. What you can do is, Sarita, you can just open another notebook and try again. Yeah, you can start from the this command itself. Yeah, you don't have to install any packages. Correct. Oh, but we have installed it already once. Why is it behaving like this? Okay. So we just fetch the last two commands also. It will work after that. Packages are actually central if you have stored them once. Okay. Great. Okay. Now just do the connection. Yeah. Okay. Just copy this code. Okay. Fine. Now it will become to a window. Correct. Just give this code. Correct. Just press upon next. Okay. So that's how you are connecting your Google Colab to Azure. Fine. You can just select. Okay. Yeah. Push the client. Fine. Okay. Now just try extracting some samples. No, I mean there is a. I mean there is one thing that I gave it to you. If you, yeah. So let's say let's take some storm events. Okay, and let's take the first five events. I'm giving you a command. I just want you to run it. Okay. So just execute that command by adding the code. Fine. So you are getting it. Got it. Okay. Now can I share my screen if you don't mind? Okay. Fine. Okay. Hey everybody. I hope you can now see my screen. Okay. So I'm just writing my name up. Okay. Can you see my screen, everybody? Just give me a Y if you can see my screen. I just wrote my name. Fine, fine, fine. Okay. So now we'll do is we'll take the first five events and you should get first records like this. Fine. Now what I'll do is let's say that I'm interested in. Okay. So these are all the records. In case I'm interested in knowing all the states. Okay. So these are states: Atlantic, South, Florida. Okay. All these Georgia. We'll do the summarization of counts by states. Okay. Got it. So I will get a state-wise list. Getting this, everybody? Okay. Okay, so if you are seeing this type of a division, I just want you to give me a count in the chat. Count in the chat. Okay. Ooh, great. How Kusto query is working in this? So over there, if you remember, we were putting pipes after everything. Okay. Here you are writing everything in a single line. Okay. Got it. So Kusto query is working by using KQL. So we have installed the Kusto query language inside this Python interpreter. Okay. So Microsoft has developed plugins such that you can enable all these things in your Python shell. Okay. And once you have installed it, you can basically start using them. Harsh, did I answer your question? We had installed KQL over here. Okay. Harsh, was this your question or something else? Okay. So once you can see state-wise records, now what we will do is we'll start with something like this. Okay. We'll do again a percentage KQL. Okay. We will take storm events. Got it. And in these events, we will summarize things, count. Okay. And we'll do the summarization by the state. Fine. And now what we'll do is we'll sort by the count. Got it. Okay. So you can see that the top, the Montana, which is top, Mississippi, Indiana, New Jersey, Florida. Okay. So this is how the counts are coming in, depending upon the events. Okay. And you can see that it is starting with in decreasing order. Fine. If you can see this, okay, in a sorted manner, just give me a sort in the chat. Great. Great. Once you have sorted this, now what we'll do is, okay, you can utilize the same query. You can utilize the same query. Okay. Once you have done it, what we'll do is we'll limit to these 10 values. Okay. We'll limit this to only 10 values. Fine. Okay. Now, once we have limited this to 10 values, what we can do is, okay, we can render this into a time chart. Okay, we can do render. Okay, and we can do render and time chart, and we can give you title is equal to, okay, daily storm events. Okay, something like this. Okay, no, before this let's create something else. Okay, I mean, I'll just take go see, and okay, so these 10 records we have. Now what we'll do is we will again make this thing. Okay, you remember we had talked about bin yesterday. We had talked about bin. So in this bin, okay, we'll again do something like this. Okay, we'll do summarize. Okay, and we can do event underscore count is equal to, we'll find out the count of the these events. Okay, and we will group the things, okay, by start time. Okay, and also day wise. Got it? We will do a group wise mapping. Fine, and we will do this upon a time chart. Okay, so what we have done is we have seen this, and based upon that we have done one day grouping upon the start times, okay, of these events. Okay, and finally we have come up with a chart. Okay, if you can see, okay, I want you first of all you guys to try this. Okay, so if you can see something like this, just give me a time chart, or just you can give me a chart if you are done. Okay, so you can see how to plot a time series database first of all. Okay, great. Why is there two percentages? So this is what I mean in the documentation of Azure. Okay, they have they want us to basically anywhere wherever we are writing KQL. Okay, they want us to start like this. Okay, this is what has been prescribed. Okay, percentage, fine. Okay, now once we have all these things ready, okay, plus they are sorted based upon counts. Okay, we will render again a column chart, okay, which is very close to your histogram or a bar chart. Okay, in which we will say top 10 states by storm counts. Okay, got it? So you can do it like this. So Texas, Kansas. Okay. So you can generate a bar chart like this. If you are done with this bar chart also, just give me a bar. Great. Okay. Now what we'll see is what we have this capability is we can also find out the application insights. Okay. Let's say that you have some application running. Okay. And that is running on your Azure cloud. Okay. Now for this, you have to find out how many people are viewing this application. So insight, I'll call it an insight analysis. Okay. Of this application. If I have to do something like this, what we'll do is we'll clearly go over here. Okay. And we will do KQL. Okay. We'll do app insights. Fine. We will give app ID is equal to demo, any demo app. Okay. Similarly, app key is equal to, okay, you can give demo key, any key. Okay, whichever you are using. Okay. What you will do is you will go over here on this place. You will do the connection again. Okay. Fine. So whatever is your demo app, you will give over here the name. Okay. And on the type, it will basically connect it over there. Okay. Getting my point? Have you understood this? How to find any application insights? Okay. So once you have received the application insights, you can start viewing things. Like page views is very common. Got it? So based upon this, you will get all your page views and everything. Fine, na? I mean, I don't have an application running. That's the reason our all records are not coming. But I'm just telling for your knowledge. Okay. Okay. If you want to basically start analyzing your insights of the running application, you can do it like this. No, no. AM. What the problem is? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a minute. Correct. So yeah, AM. The thing over here is the. I mean, I don't have any application running. So if you want, we any application which is running in your Azure, okay, will consist of your demo application name and demo key. Okay. So right now I have just used these values as dummy values. Got it? Just to show you guys how the connection takes place. Okay. So once the connection is done, okay, you will get it enabled over here. Okay. And based upon that, you can start connecting and analyzing things. Okay. AM got it? Yeah. Fine. So I'm just showing the connection. Okay. So if you have understood this, acha, I'll just answer this question also by Sarita. Sarita, whenever we are doing a new connection, we'll use percentage. Whenever we are firing Kusto query, okay, we'll use double percentage. Did I answer this? Okay, fine. Okay, and you don't have to worry about all this. Okay, so this is very well documented over here. Okay, I'll just share these links also with you guys. Things are quite good. Given over here is quite good. Okay. Okay, so all these things are explained over here. Fine. Okay, so I'll share all these materials also with you guys. Okay, and this is given in standard documentation. Okay, so in case, for example, you want for reference, it's there. Okay, so I hope if you have understood the concept of sorting, the concept of making bar charts, the concept of connecting demo applications or connecting Azure applications. Okay, and you have understood how to basically read page views. Okay, got it. So if we are clear with this, okay, just give me clear. Okay, or you can ping me if you have any doubt. Just give me a clear if we are fine till all these things done till now. Okay, Maitri, fine. I'm waiting for Vagdevi. I'm waiting for Harsh. I'm waiting for Rajneesh. Great. Satya, fine. Rajeshwari is there today. Okay, great. So once we have this, okay, what if we have to create arrays? Okay, we have to create arrays. Okay, how will we create them? How will we create arrays? Okay, so in case we have to do store things and do analysis. Okay, so let's see how we can do this. Okay, and after that we are seeing how to do joins. Okay, joins some complex queries. Okay, so we'll spend some quality 1.5 hours upon this. Okay, already I think we have spent almost 50 minutes. We have 45 more minutes to spend. Got it? So great. Again, I want you guys to go into this notebook where we have opened this. Fine. And I want you guys to Acha, get connected with the samples again. Okay, we are not running any data demo application. Got it? So once we have done this, I want you to just see what is perf. Okay, and get 10 values out of it. Okay, so why is this not working? So I have to tell KQL. Okay, uh, is it not there or what? Not getting it. Fine. For some reasons, they have lost the connection or what? Everybody is facing this problem. Okay, fine. So we'll just open another notebook in that case. Okay, don't worry. So it happens when you are basically changing connections again and again now. Okay. What we can do is we can directly just get started with this. Okay. Okay. And if you can just run the code, you should have. Okay, and you can have perf. It should be there ideally. For some reason, this is getting hang. Okay, you can If this is creating more problems, just you can log in into this. Okay, we are back to our, because we are, I mean, clear with that Python part. Okay, for some reasons it's not supporting. Okay, so we are not supporting all this in Colab. Okay, if we have the keys and all, then it will do, but we have to create the node, entire new notebook. But for the time it's not working, we can just go into perf. Okay, in Azure itself, and we can try this. Okay, the most I mean, see, if you want to do Python analysis, then nothing like Colab. Okay, if you want to do Python analysis, then Colab is best. But the only disadvantage over there is you don't have suggestions. That means auto completions and suggestions. Okay, which you will get while writing queries in your portal. Okay, so for normal queries you can come here, for Python you can go there. Okay, so what I want you to do is, we will sort things by like this. Okay, we'll do performance, and we'll do summarize. Okay, and I will summarize things upon, okay, the maximum value. Okay, and that too by count name, sorting things by count name, that too in ascending order. Okay, counter name. Yeah, so we will have sort by. Okay, got it. So you can see that it is sorted like this. So what argmax will do is, okay, it will find the maximum value for the column which you are being summarized upon. Okay, okay, and in this it will return the relevant value in which your maximum value was found. Okay, everybody is clear with this? If you have implemented this sorting by counter name, if you are done with this, Okay, just give me a sort in the chat. Okay, fine. We can make sets now. Sets means like this. We will do summarize, okay, and we'll do counters equal to. We can make a set, okay, and we are making the set of counter name, okay, and we are having object name, okay, as the key. Okay, so your key value pair gets ready like this. What it will do is it will flatten the hierarchy, okay, it will flatten the hierarchy, okay, and it will make a key value pair. Okay, so if you see the perf like this, so this is the thing. There are so many records, okay. What if you have to summarize it, okay, there are object names, okay, as well as, okay, if there are object names and you have to summarize things by object names, okay, and you have to make a sense of counter names, okay, so what you will do is we'll make a key value pair in the form of JSON format, okay. So if you see over here, these are the things which are available. Got it? So it will become a JSON key value pairs, okay, different types of counters, okay, and it's like key value pair. Fine, getting it? If you have understood this generation of JSON by using make set, okay, if you have tried and implemented this, only then just give me a JSON, okay. Everybody is familiar with JSON, na, JavaScript object notation, so collection of all these objects in. Okay. Any doubts, everybody, how JSON is formed over here? Once you have done, just give me a JSON if you have understood this and implemented this. Okay. Okay. From this, if you can see, there are a set of things which are giving, okay, things which are low on disk. Okay. If you see, there are things which are low on disks. Okay. How do we find out? How do we find out? Uh, how do we, it's like there is free space given. Okay. How much is the free space? So on the top of it, what we will take is anything which is less than 30. Okay. Any PC which is having less than 30 on their respective hard disk, okay, in their storage, okay, we will count them low on disk space. Fine. What we will do is, okay, we'll find out how much is the free space. Okay. And what we'll do is we'll find and counter value should be less than equal to 30. If it is having less than 30, okay, what we'll do is we'll summarize that part. Fine. We'll say computers and we'll make a set of them. Okay, that is a JSON array of them. Okay, got it. So these are the computers which are less on space. Got it. Got it. So these are the collections which are even less than 150. Okay, so we can figure out like this. Did you get this, everybody? Uh, I want you to give me, okay, if you have understood this, I want you to give me a make set only when you have tried this. Okay, you can just try this and give me a make set. Can you show the JSON query we did earlier? Sure. This one, no? Yeah, this one. Did you get it, everybody? Okay, fine. Just give me a make set if you are done with both these queries, okay? Because we can take a break if we are done with this. If 5 to 7 people can ping, just make set, okay? I can assume that we can take a break. So I think only how many people are done? I think 2 people are done. Fine, 3 people are done. No, only 2. Yeah. What about others? Are we stuck somewhere? Maitri, Harsh, AM, Rajnish. Okay. AM, do you want to share your screen? Yeah, kindly share your screen. I'll make you the presenter, don't worry. Fine. Okay, done. Okay. Yeah, I can see your screen. Huh. So summarize. Okay. Computers. It's not equal to make set. AM. What we'll do is, huh, computers equal to and make set. Just give equal to make set computer, and after that you have to, I mean there are two things, huh? I think you missed one thing. Free space and counter value. Okay. Um, I'm sharing the query with you. Can you just, I mean, you just don't copy that, but I mean, you can just compare these two queries. I have given you the query in the chat. You can just take that query and put it below that. Okay. Yeah, by should not be there. Yeah, only just press upon shift enter. That's great, aim. Yeah, fine. Okay. Okay. So we are done with this. Some basics of making JSON objects. Okay. We are done with sorting. We are done with a lot of things. Okay. But we will now, what we will do is we will do. I mean, if you have used Excel, okay, there is something known as sum if. There is something known as count if. Okay. How many of you have heard about this? Okay. If yes, just give me a one. You can just give me a one. I'm just verifying this. Sum if, count if. If you have used Excel. Yeah. Fine. So we will use all these things. Okay. Sum if, count if. Okay. Max, min. Okay. After that parsing, after that joining. Got it. So lot of things to cover. So if you want, we can take 10 minutes break is good. It is 8:30 right now. I think we can meet after 10 minutes. Okay. If this looks good, just give me a BR. BR is for break. Fine. And don't worry if, I mean, 5, 10, 15 minutes here and there, we'll extend the session. Okay. I just want. Yeah, please. AM, kindly tell me what is the question. Do you want me to unmute you somehow? Just a minute. How to bring it to adding all this capability to Grafana? Oh yeah, I'll cover that. AM, don't worry, I'll cover that today. Okay, I will cover that today. So in Grafana, okay, I'll show it to you. Okay, we'll make a dashboard from Kusto query. Okay, by the end we will make a dashboard from Kusto query. Fine, is it fine? AM, are we fine with that? Murli, we are waiting for your response. Okay, fine. We are taking a break. We'll meet after 10 minutes. Hi. If you guys have come back, if you guys have come back, okay, you can just give me a back. BACK. Great, Vagdevi. Great, Harsh. Guys, if you are back, just give me a back. Okay. We'll start if 5 6 people respond. I think Vagdevi and Harsh have already replied. I'm waiting for others to join. Hi, Satya. Oh, yeah, sure. I can take one more question. Yeah, kindly ask me. Yeah, please. Uh, one more day in training with us. Hmm. Actually, tomorrow is a festival and I'm from Gujarat. Tomorrow might not be possible. Uh, I mean, can we do it on Friday? Yeah, yeah, next week is fine. Next week is fine. I'm fine. I think I just need to talk to the organizers. Oh, thanks. Thanks, AM. Okay, great. So, you want to learn something else, or I am from. I'm representing. I'm representing Edureka at this moment. I have unmuted you. If you want, you can speak.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if there is a chance for you to basically extend the class a little bit so that we can go little bit deeper,
Okay.
and as well as have something. I talked to the
Hmm.
account manager
Okay.
to see if we can extend
Great.
this conversation, because we are just getting into it. Now I'm asking you to basically switch over to Grafana or whatever it
Correct.
is out there. You
Correct.
can finish whatever you have,
Correct.
right? And then go to Grafana. I think it would be a logical shift. I think we probably need at least 1 or 2 more days.
Correct.
I was going to ask, is Aruna on the call?
Not sure actually.
So I was going to, I think you can finish this thing. Maybe we can we work on 2 days of just pure Grafana now that the base is set up and everything else out there. Maybe you can provide documentation whenever your schedule permits. We can pick up another 2 days just focusing on Grafana and installing things on Grafana.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Why not? See, I mean, on the first day, did you get time to attend our session on the first day, Andy?
Yes,
We
I have understood
Grafana.
the, see, what we have done out there is we have imported the
Correct. Dashboards.
dashboards and other things out there.
Correct.
But the key thing is
Making
it's
from
not the
scratch.
import as much.
Okay.
I want to make sure that we have spent time to actually making and creating dashboards to our liking.
Okay.
There
Fine.
are two people, I don't know if Vijay and Aruna are there on the call. There are two things I would like to be able to have,
Hmm.
right? The first thing is session tracking across all the parts in Kubernetes and other things out there. You seem to be knowledgeable about that part of it.
Correct.
I would like to be able to have via TCS,
Hmm.
right? Of course,
Hmm.
a dedicated session for us to be able to track sessions across different parts, how it is going this thing, because today we
Hmm.
don't know what is the experience of the end user, right?
Correct.
I think all this training is one side. I have an immediate need to be able to create dashboards for the L2 support team to be able to understand
Hmm.
what is the end user experience.
Hmm.
How is the end user impacted?
Fine.
The team is not proficient enough. You can ask anybody on the team, kind of this thing. They're not proficient enough to basically build a dashboard that can show me this thing. That's the reason why I organized this
Fine.
class.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't think they can take from what we learned in the last 3 days, they can take it to the next level.
Okay.
That's my fear.
Okay.
So
Fine.
if you are available, Anubhav, I would like to understand
Hmm.
how you could help us bridge that gap so that
Fine.
at least you help us build one
Okay.
working thing that they can use,
Correct.
and then build on to these things. Ask Aruna.
Okay.
Who
Fine.
else is there on the Aruna? Are you there?
Aruna, unfortunately, I think she's not there today.
So you understand, right? You can finish your thought today and other things out there.
Correct.
Create a couple of days just
Hmm.
for that, and
Got it.
then go from there. Is
Fine. Fine.
Maitri and Harsh Jain are there?
I'll just unmute them also. Just a minute. I'm just. Yeah. Harsh, I have unmuted you.
Yeah, hi, Andy.
So isn't it useful for us to be able to do those session tracking and other things, whatever we are lacking, to be able to bring all these concepts to home and basically making the custom dashboard that we need for L2 support? That's what we would need to be able to do. Otherwise, we know somebody built the dashboard and we are good, but we don't know how to customize it and how else to basically uh, create the measures that we currently need and be able to make sense out of the dashboard. Because CPU
Yeah.
dashboards, everybody does it, right?
Mhm.
Those things are good.
Hmm.
But tying up CPU spike with a user session, a job that ran, That's the question.
Actually,
So
Anubhav, let me precise. Yeah,
sure.
let me precise, Andy. Like, actually, in our project, the most cases what we require is like sometime what happen like on the peak hours, the CPU usage go high, and like some of the like database queries get up hang up, and like
Hmm. Your voice is breaking, Harsh.
which
Yeah, your
lock
voice
our
is breaking,
system.
Harsh, but
So we just
yes.
want to make a customized dashboard. Like we can see that like alert.
Alerts, okay.
So is it fine now?
It's better, correct? Yeah.
It's better. But the key thing, Anubhav, is I would like to have another couple of days session as
Fine.
your time permits,
Yeah, fine.
right?
Okay,
To be able to do that thing. Otherwise, my
sure.
team members don't
Correct.
have that experience. I would like to build that thing, and
Complete.
whatever it means, let me know.
Mm.
And then you need to ping me on separately as well if you have a contact number. I would like to
Yeah.
have that thing.
So, I mean, it's actually, if you want to be connected, everyone, this is for everybody. If you want, I mean, even after the sessions, if you have any doubts, you can just Google about my name, Anubhav Chaturvedi. So, I'm the first one on Google.
How did you manage that?
So I think corporate training and consulting led me to do, managing me all this. So I mean, on this, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay, and it's completely fine. So I mean, it's my profile is there. So I mean, I think only corporate training. I mean, I had done a lot of this Grafana dashboards and everything with Kubernetes for Deloitte. Okay, so yeah, I mean,
और लिंक और chat में भेजो ना यार.
हाँ जी.
So Anubhav, now it's now I'm audible.
Yeah, very much audible. Yeah.
So Anubhav, like what the basic requirement is like sometime what happens on the peak hour. So
Hmm.
like our system get hangs up
Hmm.
like with a lot of queries and like database inserts. So
Correct.
we need basically a dashboard through which we can monitor our database and we can find out like which query is hitting much and like where we are getting struck up. So that kind
Okay.
of alert mechanism or that kind of dashboard if you can design for us. So that would be really helpful for us.
Fine. So, Azure, I think since if your things are running in production, would it be
Mhm.
ever possible to get me somewhat just Azure Monitor ID or something like that? Because I can do it. Okay. But see, I'll just tell you what I will do. So what I will need is I will need your Azure subscription ID, tenant ID, and this secret key. Okay. And if not possible, I will give you. I mean, you can basically enter all these things, and I can write all these queries. Okay. Okay. Such that you can. These are simple Kusto queries. Okay, which can fetch the details about your query, and we can make a very useful dashboard which can look something like this. Okay. So how many requests are coming? What is the query taking? Okay, and which query is taking highest time? Something like this we can make customized, depending completely what you need.
Okay.
Okay. So is this the requirement?
Oh, we'll explain you the requirement. I think we don't want to hold up the class, but
I mean something similar to this because we can do this. I mean, for all your queries and all can be tracked by using Kusto queries and made it. Nice dashboard over here.
correct. That's what I was thinking about. All the things that are hitting each of our parts, and then we have to explain some of the architecture
Whatever
that we have.
parameters you say, we can have a separate Zoom call about this or whenever you get time. I can come up with a dashboard. Okay, I just need some. I mean, whoever is leading you. Is it AM or is it Harsh? We can figure out what are the things we need, and we can start plotting things in a customized fashion. Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, sure. So, today we will. Should I continue about this, and we can.
I think we should continue with what we are doing, kind of these things. I think we should have a separate 2-day class or whatever it is out there.
Okay.
Harsh, Aruna के साथ बात करो ना यार उसको, and make sure that we can get an engagement from Anubhav for 2 more days to basically get this thing just on the Grafana part of it. How to basically take these things and make custom Grafana dashboards.
Okay. Okay. और अच्छा एक और बात है, आई मीन आई वाज टोल्ड कि यू गाइस माइट रिक्वायर दिस थिंग आल्सो, ये अपना सिक्योरिटी वाला. ओके, सो डू यू रियली रिक्वायर दैट और वी कैन ओमिट दिस पार्ट, दिस
Which one security?
ये कंटेनर सिक्योरिटी वगैरह के लिए भी यू नीड, आई मीन यू नीड टू इंक्लूड दिस थिंग इन योर कंटेंट.
Oh, we really need that thing.
Okay, ये vaulting and Docker security वगैरह. Okay, so because
Correct.
what happened was, I mean, yesterday I asked a Kusto query, I mean, do you want to do it in depth or do you just want me to give an overview of it? So almost everybody said that we want it in depth. Okay, so for that, I mean, we took some more time yesterday, and now, I mean, we are concentrating more upon joins and everything, and we are taking the ML angle to it by using Python. Okay, so all this is very much necessary for you guys, and that is the reason I went into depth of it. Ideally, tomorrow itself spending 2 hours on Kusto query would have been good, but since it was the demand, I just took into depth of it. So if you want, if we are having 2 more days of session, we can cover this part also in good depth. Okay, Docker security and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're open to it, I think Docker security, I don't know if people are Friday. The reason I say that thing is tomorrow you said like you have a holiday, right, in India.
Yeah.
And Thursday holiday thing usually means most of the associates will take Friday as well off, right? So I'm thinking that nobody would be there on Friday. So anytime if you have an engagement, that's fine. If in between engagements as well, since you know the history with us,
Correct.
I would like you to, on your availability, would like to have that thing.
Definitely. So Monday, from Monday onwards, if you want, I mean, when should we have that discussion about that call? So immediate working day after that we can start.
I would like to have it on Monday, right? But we
Monday.
need Harsh. Can we trace down Aruna?
Yeah, sure, Andy. Sure. So, like after this call, so we will pick up
Yeah, at the end of the session, let's have a quick call with her and make sure that we can do that thing. Monday is good with me.
Yeah, Monday is fine with me also. Yeah. Okay. And
So
if
at least we can
Monday we
plan
are
it
clear,
out.
we can start from Tuesday itself.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Ask other people. Ask other people to see if. VJ is saying Monday is holiday for us. Okay, Monday I will be available for call.
Yeah, we need only selected people to do discussion. I mean, whoever is basically just to understand the requirements. We might not need.
Yeah,
everybody.
we'll just set the scope.
Okay.
Right, we'll just set the scope of the discussion. Maybe we can have that thing in depth. What are the topics that we would like to basically do these things?
Fine. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know Monday. Oh, I'm in trouble if Monday is holiday. My daughters will not come home. Okay. No. Okay. I
Fine.
think we are holding up class these things, but
yeah. Sure.
But this is a necessary discussion I wanted to have. I think the team is having a little bit more in-depth knowledge on these things.
Fine. It's. I mean, I will be very happy to share everything in depth.
You are a freelancer, Anubhav?
Yeah, correct. So I'm a freelancer, and I have done basically trainings for Cognizant, Deloitte upon very similar topics, Dell, and also for the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so I mean, whenever I get time, I do it for this all these companies, even for Mercedes Benz. So they had very similar requirements for doing this tracking via Docker and everything. Okay, so.
Okay.
And most of the projects, I mean, which involve blockchain and other things, require a lot of tracking. on Docker containers. So that is the reason. I mean, there's a very hot topic these days, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, fine. Okay, can we get started, everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
You can mute me again. Otherwise,
Okay.
it won't. The call won't end.
Sure, I'll do it. That's okay. Yeah, so I mean, I am able to explain you guys very much because I'm working for a telecom tech giant in India. Okay, which is very famous in India. Okay, I'm not sure if everybody knows about it. So this tech giant uses all these things very often. I mean, so what happens is when we are into this telecom field, we have to monitor all these things, all these small parameters. So for this, we use this Prometheus and Grafana day in and day out. Okay. We have come up with our own solution also, which is known as Mano, but still at the production level, this still persists. Okay. So this is a very good solution, I can just say. Fine. Let's get started. So I want everybody to be back on this shell. Okay. Fine. So the last thing that we have seen is basically making JSON objects. Okay. That is making queries or making, let's say, arrays. Okay. Now what we'll do is we will basically expand this. Okay. That means convert it back into individual rows. So for this, we will make MV expand. Okay. So let's see this how. We'll do is where we are interested in having computer space. Okay. Or computer name. Okay. And we want is having something which is again free space. Fine. And we are again interested in some counter value which is less than equal to, let's say, 150. Fine. We will summarize these things. Okay. And make again a computer set. Okay. Make set. Okay. And we have made this another which is computer. Once we have done it, okay, we will expand it again. There is a thing which is known as MV expand. Okay, what will it will do is it will again convert it into normal things. Okay, into individual rows. So let's see how. Yeah, so it is counter name. Sorry, counter name. Okay. So we'll change it to last 7 days. Fine. So if 200 is not there, then 30 should also be not there. In custom, we are changing to, and we do apply, and we do. Okay. There are no results coming or what? Okay. So free space where counter name is equal to free space. Okay. Is less than equal to 150. Fine. So we have got these records. Got it. Now these are the records. Now what if I have to convert them back once I've received them? Okay. What I can do is we can use this MB expand and we can make whatever we have done. Got it. So we can make these things go back into normal rows. Make these things go back into normal rows. Okay. If you have understood this, okay, converting this back into normal rows, okay, you will just give me an expand. Once you have tried, okay, and done this, you will just give me an expand. It will be helpful to relate these very operations with a real world use case. Fine. Actually, these things, over here you are seeing are generated from the samples from Microsoft. Okay. So what will happen in case you require all the things, okay, which are all the PCs, name of all the PCs which are having 150 GB or less free space available with them. Okay, all the virtual machines. If you want the list for them, so you can do it by making a list and making an array out of it. Okay, got it. So for this, we'll use the concept of making sets. Now, once you have this set, you have sent it to somebody. Now that person doesn't want to view it as JSON. What he wants is he will need in the form of complete records. Okay. So over there, what he can do is he'll directly use MB expand. Did you get my point? Uh, yeah. Okay. Fine. Okay. What happens is we will use all these things. Yeah. So let's go to another example now. Okay. And we'll use a new concept which is known as decount. Decount is nothing but distinct count. Distinct count. Fine. We'll quickly just see this example. Okay. So for this, what I'll be using is I'll be using security event. Okay. Fine. And we'll take the distinct values of event ID and we'll take the values of activity. Got it? So you can see that this is a bit slow. Okay. Distinct value of activity as well as event ID. Fine. Now what we'll do is we'll do the comparison. Okay. comparison of different type of events, similar comparison of different type of events. So I'll take security and we'll take while time generated, and we'll take let's say record of last 90 days. Fine. And once we have the record of last 90 days, we'll take distinct values. Okay. And I'll take again computers and event ID associated with it. Now we'll summarize everything with the type of event. Okay. And we'll count all these events one by one. Okay. Sorting by computer. Fine. Once we have done this, okay, you are just going to sort the records. Got it? You can give, if you want, you can give in ascending order. Got it? So what we have done over here is, first of all, we I have generated all the things which came in the last 90 days. Okay. And we have taken what are the distinct amounts of computer as well as event IDs. We have summarized all these things into I mean by the count of email, I mean what type of events have occurred. Okay. So on this on every computer we are saying this event count is 19. Okay. This is also 19, 16. Okay. Different. Fine. Now we will use D count. Okay. Which is distinct count, to get an estimate of all these. So let's see this. Again, use this same query itself. Use this same query itself. Okay. And in this, okay, distinct count, what we will do is, we will, instead of using distinct, okay, we will summarize it within single I mean single line itself. Okay. And we will say summarize and decount. Fine. And we will say event ID over here directly. Okay. So instead of writing this whole command in 4 lines, we can do it in 3 lines itself. Got it? So we'll get the similar result out of this. Fine. So this is how you can optimize it by using decount. Okay, you can remove this entire thing by using decount. Okay, I just want you to try this. Okay. Once you have done this, just give me a decount in the response. Great. Any doubts into this? Anybody? If you are done, just you can ping me a decount. Okay, we are starting with countif once we are done with this. We can start with countif once we are done. Okay. Any doubts you can ask me in the chat. Great. Fine. Now what we'll do is, similarly we can do, again we are using the perf table. Okay, we'll summarize. Okay, we'll summarize the row count, and we will use countif over here. Okay, in the counter name, okay, we will check, okay, if it is containing bytes. Okay, if it is containing bytes, fine. Once we have done it, we'll summarize things. Okay, we'll do count. Okay, and we'll do counter name. Fine. Okay, we'll do this sort by counter name again. We'll do ASC. Something is wrong. Count by. Okay, contains bytes. Okay, so we don't need this part also. Counter name contains bytes. Okay, and we need to check the counter name here also. Fine. So there are no records. We'll see if there is a record in last 7 days. So we'll just do a custom query and we'll make it 2020. And we'll do that. Unfortunately, we do not have results. Just a minute. Perf. Oh, okay. The query was running, unfortunately, but things were not okay. We'll take it like this. Got it? Yeah. Fine. So this is how countif will work. Anything which is containing bytes, we will be able to find and we'll be able to sort out the things. Okay. Anything which is containing bytes will be very easily identified. Okay. Bytes, bytes, bytes. Okay. Okay. So this contains bytes. This contains bytes. This contains bytes. Okay. So this was counted. Okay. So it will only count if it contains bytes. Okay. If it does not contain bytes, it will not count. Fine. Okay. So if you are interested in finding out the record, okay, from your entire series, if you are interested in finding out only the things which are related to size, okay, so what does size indicate over here? So it means bytes. Yeah. Even I was getting results, but the thing is they just went hidden. Okay, fine. So if you have understood this, I want you to give me a count if. Great. Any doubts, everybody? Everybody has understood count if. It is going to be very useful if you are going to track certain things. ग्रेट मित्र. हर्ष हो गया क्या आपका? डैनियल, वागदेवी, आर यू ट्राइंग एंडी सर? सरिता, if any doubts you can just tell me if you have not understood it, or if you want me to explain it again. Okay, if you want me to explain anything again, just give me 100 if you want me to explain it again. It's very simple. I mean, you can relate it to Excel. Okay. You guys are looking tired. Do you want a break, everybody? 5 minutes break. Do you want this, or we can take it after some time? Break, fine. Okay. 5 minutes of break. Fine. We can take a 5 minute break. 5 minutes. Okay. Fine. Hi everybody. Are we back? You can just give me a back if we are back. Great, Satya. Fine. Okay. Let's get started now. So what we will do is, like, we have seen everything like COUNTIF, SUMIF. Okay, everything is available. Okay. Similarly, we can make a ML angle to it. Okay. So we have certain APIs or functions which are specifically for ML. Okay, machine learning. Okay. Everybody is familiar with the concept of classification and the concept of clustering. Okay, the difference in between the two. Okay, if you are clear what is the difference in between the two, okay, just give me 100. If you are not clear, just give me a 150. Okay, I can explain that. Okay, I can explain that if you want. Okay. Some people are not clear. I just want response from everybody. If we okay, fine. Okay, see what happens is, okay, fine. Yeah, in classification, if I give you two similar type of points, okay, if I tell you this is a guy and this one is, okay, is a girl, fine. So if I have to separate them out, okay, how easy is for me to separate them out? Okay, I can very easily identify this is a guy, okay, this is a girl, and this is a guy, fine. Okay, because by looking at it or by seeing the characteristics, okay, I can easily classify them. Because what happened is, before drawing them, I initially told you that this is the label for a guy, okay, and this is a label for a girl. If things are labeled beforehand, okay, and we have to separate them out, in that case we will call this kind of separation as classification, fine. And when it comes to clustering, okay, I'll give you an example of clustering. What happens in clustering is we do not have labels. Okay, so let's say that we have two people. Okay, one is, let's say, Andy, and other is again Rajneesh. Okay, what I'll do is, let's say Andy likes Goa. Okay, he likes Marine Drive. He likes Mangalore. Okay, whereas Rajneesh likes Kodaikanal. Also, he likes Manali, and let's say he likes Mahabaleshwar. Fine. Now, if we have to separate them out and we don't have labels associated with them, okay, can we separate them out by basically giving them a label? Okay, can we separate them out by giving them a single label to them? Okay, what will I call these three things? Okay, what if I have to say in a single word? in a single word, if I have to describe the choices of Andy, what should I say? What does Andy like? Can somebody tell me if you have any inputs? What does Andy like? In a single word, if I have to describe. And what does Rajneesh like? Coastal area. Coastal area, I'll just tell Goa Marine Drive, okay, which is Mumbai. Mumbai Marine Drive, to be specific, Juhu Chowpatty or Girgaon Chowpatty. Okay, and Mangalore, Goa Marine Drive, Mangalore. Okay, whereas Manali, Mahabaleshwar, and Kodai Canal. Correct, correct. Maitri, you are correct. So in a single word, I can say that Andy likes beaches, whereas Rajneesh likes hill stations. Okay, so this kind of a cluster means making clusters of things, okay, and later giving them labels. Okay, giving them labels. See, you cannot by just seeing them, you cannot say that, I mean, what category you can cluster them out, okay, or what category you can separate them out, but you can give a label associated with them by seeing that all the three are beaches and all the three are hill stations. Getting my point? Okay, everybody has understood the concept of labeling. Okay, fine. So these are some concepts of classification and clustering. Okay, fine. So what they call is it as this is known as supervised type of machine learning. Okay, the earlier one where you have the label beforehand. Okay, so this one I have told you what is the label beforehand. Okay, so this is supervised type, whereas this one is unsupervised type. Okay, where you yourself discovered what is. Okay, how is it going to separate out? Fine. Fine. So for this, what we can do is we have the things to automatically separate things out. How? What we'll do is we'll go into event, okay, and we'll again be interested in what is the time generated, okay, and we are interested in, let's say, last 10 days of records. Fine. We'll do project and we'll do source, okay, and we are interested in also event logs. Fine. At the same time, we are interested in computer. We are interested in event level name, okay, and let's say we are interested in rendered description. Fine. And we can, over here, we can do is we can evaluate and automatically cluster them. Fine. Auto cluster. Okay, event itself is not coming. Oh, fine. Why is it not coming? Mm, this should work ideally. No, it's not. Event itself is not coming. We can do this PRF, okay, and we can do evaluate auto cluster upon this also. Okay, so what it will do is it will cluster things out. Okay, that means it will look for common patterns, okay, in the data, and what it will do is it will reduce it to small number of patterns. Okay, so like we did over here, I mean, out of the three things, okay, out of the three things we gave a single word to them. Okay, so from three we reduced it to one. Similarly over here what it will do is it will do auto clustering, and whatever patterns are there it will reduce it. Fine. So these are APIs which are exclusively for machine learning. Got it? So you can see that, I mean, what is the difference in between perf and, so this is your performance. Okay, this you can see it's so big. Okay, so almost 200 pages of inputs. Okay, while what we'll do is if there are similar type of patterns and we have to reduce them out. Okay, so you can see that how it can be reduced within 3 records. Got it? So from segment to segment it will divide and it will automatically summarize it for you. Okay, so this is the, I mean, understood what we are doing. This is auto cluster. Okay, this is a machine learning function. Okay, if you have understood this cluster, okay, clustering, okay, I just want first of all you guys to try it. Just try these two things out, see the differences in the last 4 hours. You are saying you cannot see the first query. Okay, so over here this itself is the first query, all these two. Okay, this is the first query, this is the second query. Guys, if you have understood it, just give me a cluster in the chat. I mean, or questions. How clustering is reducing the number of patterns. Based on what criteria is it clustering here in performance? Okay. Okay. So it is, if you see over here, just you extract it, okay, based upon a certain number of, okay, uh, processor time as well as the percentage utilization. Okay, it is utilizing upon that. We can see that over here. Got it? Somewhere 0 to 5, somewhere 5 to 30, and above 30. Okay, so they have divided this into three segments. They divided it into three segments. Okay, which is completely percentage utilization part. Okay. Did you get it, Maitri? Okay. You can ask me if you have any doubts. It's completely fine. Okay. Everybody else, I mean, Rajneesh, Andy sir, Harsh, are we done? Okay, fine. Okay. Similarly, we'll I mean discuss this also. Okay. If we have to reduce this thing, okay, let's say that there is something known as reduce also. Okay. So we'll do where time generated, okay, is greater than equal to, we are interested in all the records which have occurred in the last 12 hours. Okay. And we will see project, fine, and we'll see in the form of computer, and we'll see reduce by computer, fine. Got it? So by using computer, it will figure out, okay, if you everybody's aware about this mapping and reducing now, mapping, reducing. Okay. So you're familiar with this, or do you want me to explain this? Do you remember this, everybody? You can just give me a yes or no in the chat. Okay, so this reduce is also a very, very strong type of operation. Like cluster, reduce is also a very strong type of operation. You can just give me a yes or no. If you want me to, I mean, explain reduce, just give me yes. If you already know about this, just give me no. Okay, you want me to reduce it. Okay, fine. Okay. See, everybody, what happens is, everybody has heard about merge sort, no? Okay. Let's say you have numbers like starting from 11, you have 4, you have 6, you have 1, you have 9, and you have 7. Okay. Now I'm saying that you have to reduce these numbers, or you have to sort these numbers. Okay, sort these numbers. Okay. For this, what we'll do is we will start basically dividing these numbers into two parts. 11. Okay, first of all we'll do 11 4 6 1 9 7. Okay, similarly we'll do 11 4 and 6. Fine. We'll do 1 and 97. Sorry, 9 and 7. Fine. After that, we'll divide it further. 11, 4, 6, 1, 9, and 7. What we'll do is we'll start combining now. Okay. So first of all, we'll map it. Okay. Now we'll start reducing it. Reducing means what? We'll compare these values. Okay. And we will, whatever is the smallest value. Okay. We'll keep it first and keep 11 after it. Fine. Got it. Similarly over here also 1 and 9. Got it. Similarly, when it comes to 4, 11 and 6, we will compare values first pointers. Okay, we'll keep the values over here and we'll compare 4 and 6. Okay, so 4 and 6, 4 is smaller. Okay, so we'll write 4, and after that we'll increment whatever value we are selecting. We will increment that pointer. Okay, so 11 and 6 we will compare. So 4, after that in 11 and 6 we will have 6 over here. Okay, and finally we'll have 11 over here. Fine. Similarly, we will compare these two, 1 and 7. Fine. So which one is small? 1 is small. Okay. So whatever gets selected, that pointer gets incremented. So 9 and 7. Okay. We'll select 7. Okay, and we'll select after that 9. Okay. So this is known as reduce operation. Got it? So if I have again I have to reduce in these two. So 4 and 1, which one is smaller? So we'll say 1 is small. Okay. So 1 gets selected and 1 pointer gets incremented. Okay. So 4 and 7. So we'll see 4 is a smaller one. Okay. So now this will get incremented. Okay. Similarly 6 and 7. 6 will get. Okay. Similarly 7, 9 and 11. Got it. So we sorted them out. So that's what reduce operations will do. That's what reduce operations will do. Okay. So we'll reduce it by patterns. Okay. We'll make patterns out of it. And you can see that the pattern is this one. Okay, this one is the pattern, this one is the pattern. So we will reduce it into something very known type of pattern. Fine. And we can figure out the count of it after that. Everybody is clear with reduce? If you are clear with reduce, just give me a red in the question or in the chat. Value, we are giving reduce by computer. Okay, so what it will do is it will reduce it about what is the least pattern. Okay, it will make a closure. Closure means it will reduce it into computers. Okay, any computer which is starting with na.contohotels.com, anything which is starting with aks, anything which is having aks star and followed by 194, and all the others. Okay, so it will make patterns out of it. Got it? So whatever value you give, okay, right now we have given computer, so it is finding patterns out of computer. Fine. Okay, fine. Any doubts? I can't see responses from some standard people. Okay. What happened, Daniel, Sayed, or Satya, or Bhagdevi, or Sarita, Andy? Are we done with this? Okay. Fine. Satya has already answered it. Okay. Okay, you are into the PM role. Okay, is it? I was not aware about it. Yeah. Okay. So let's see parse now. Parse. Okay. So parse means where to keep the cursor next. Okay. So let's say that where to start reading from next. Okay. Okay. So like you are starting with a string, let's say event code. Okay. And you want to say that skip this text and start reading from the first character. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll do perf. Okay. And we'll do where, do render description. Okay. So we'll say where computer, okay, starts with, okay, DC. Okay, computer starts with DC. Fine. Okay, so all these records come in. Fine. Now what we'll do is we are going to parse things. Parse. Okay. And we are saying do computer. Okay. And with we are saying let's say object name, and we'll give object name over here. We'll do parse. Okay. Should have at least one. Got it? Okay. So that's how parsing works. Okay. Got it. So I mean, we'll see. I mean, much more detail, but parsing is a very important thing. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll give you an overview of join also. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask all together. I'll just show it to you over here itself. Okay, so we have different types of join types. Okay, so what we can do is, if you have, let's say, two sets of data. Okay, and let's say in we have lightning at some places and we have avalanche at some places. Fine. So what we'll do is, we will basically have a join. Okay. Okay, so it's a very simple type of join. Wherever you are having a common type of ID, it will get integrated. Okay, and we can start the join. I'll just show it to you guys. Fine. Got it. Similarly, you can give the join for this thing. I think events has not got passed this time, and that is the reason our illustrations are getting a bit problem. Storm events are not there. Okay. Okay, I'll just, I mean, I can explain it to you over here. So what happens is, wherever there is a common column, okay, if you have studied SQL, okay, I'll just tell you if you have not. So I am interested in giving analysis of something which is common in between these two columns. Okay, let's say there is a table of storm, okay, and there is a table of events. We have JID over here and we have JID over here. We need to make a consolidated report of the people who are over here and over here. We'll compare these values. Okay, and wherever we find equal values, we will make a consolidated report of this. Okay, this is known as a join. This is known as a join. Okay, so that's how, I mean, we will need it every now and then as such. Okay, but I want you to refer this for a while. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. We can see details of join also. Okay. Similarly, we can have all these let, print. Okay, we can do full to programming in Kusto query. How do I get logs from a specific set of containers? Okay. Um, do you have any pattern related to it, Venkatesh? Logs are also not added. Why is this happening? Prasanna, can you just tell me what I mean? How do I get logs from a specific set of containers? Okay. So do you have some pattern into it? You can just do logs where counter name is equal to. Okay. You can use where. You can use search. You can use sort. All the three will work. Do you want to ask another question, or did I answer this question? Do you have any counter question upon this? Yeah, please tell me if you have any questions. Venkatesh, should I unmute you? Yeah. So I am unmuting you. Okay. You can just speak about this.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, like
Hmm.
we have a replica set, right?
Hmm.
And the replica set, let's say, there has creates 6 pods, and all of these 6 pods are sending logs.
Hmm.
And the container log table that where we can find the logs from all of these pods
Hmm.
do not have a column or anything that where we can specifically identify all the pods for a replica set and then be able to only see those logs. So I did try doing join queries and all, but I wanted to know what's the efficient way, like, because there was something called container ID in the container logs table, but then the container ID is something dynamic. I believe it keeps changing, so you cannot keep the same query. Instead, like if we can group it by a replica set or like the deployment name or the pod name or the image that a pod uses, then all of these factors would help us filter it down to a specific set of containers and only look at the logs for those containers.
Okay. So I got your point. Okay. So so they have done it by using Prometheus. Okay. So you guys are using Prometheus, or what you are using?
We have it, but I believe we are still in the
Right. Okay.
early stages of. Yeah.
I'll just tell you how basically I have done it. So I have posted the solution on Stack Overflow also. Okay. So what I have done is, okay, I am going into this pod inventory. Okay, I am creating this variable. Okay, and I mean, if anything is containing, once I have that, okay, I will just go into that respective namespace and I will make my search more specific to container name. Okay, either I has any. Okay, if it starts with has any, okay, it will do pod 1, web 1, pod 3, and after that I will find the distinct containers and namespaces accordingly. Fine. Once I have that thing available from the log, okay, I will just give the timestamp. Okay, and I will do lookup. It's like lookup means if you have used Excel, what is available in the other table, okay, you can get the relevant value from the key. Okay, so you can get this value, and I mean, Did you get this logic?
I understood the first part. So we are trying to get the distinct container IDs
Correct.
along with the other container properties, and then use the container ID from this small subset to match it with the container log.
Correct. So this is pod inventory. If you see, I have used it over here also.
Okay.
Okay. So this is one solution. Second is you can use this one. I mean, directly you can use. I mean, from Prometheus, what they are doing is you can get the insight metrics. Okay. If you apply insight metrics and you enable this Prometheus wala, okay, you will get all the
Mhm.
detail events, and inside this container inventory you will get all these standard container state, image tag, computer name, image, as well as container ID. Once you have all these things ready, you can just serialize this, okay, get in the form of JSON, okay, and summarize it by name, fine, and
Okay.
you will get all these things in detail after that, okay. And by using this I mean, just a minute. Yeah, so they have given in detail how they would do it, but standard solution, I have told you, I have done it like this, okay. And
Okay.
you can by using Prometheus, okay, you can get even more deeper logs, okay, or deeper details about your container by using all these things. This shuffle and all, actually, I mean, this is a very in-depth thing. If you want, you can try this out, okay, and you might get your solution. But
Sure.
according to me, you will get from this itself. I'm just posting this link for you, okay.
Definitely. Thank you.
Anybody else who have any questions? Fine. So for everybody who wants to get started with all these things on Grafana, okay, what I will want is, if you want in Grafana, first of all, you will have to basically install the Grafana Azure Monitor Data Resource this plugin. Okay, fine. Once you have installed this plugin, you can see this adding data resource and data source, and you can see Azure Monitor option in it. Fine. Once you have seen Azure Monitor option, you can enter all your details about your Azure Monitor, okay, in API details, as well as API key and application ID, and you can just save and test this. Fine. Everybody is understood till here? If you have understood, just give me 100. If you have understood till here, just give me 100. The procedure that I discussed. Why not? Why not? I'll give this link. Fine. Now you might have to write Kusto query, okay, to get each and every value or each and every pattern, okay. So you can start writing each and everything over here, and I mean, basically include a graph panel, okay, or a single state panel depending upon your choice, and edit it. Fine. So even though I'm going to take extra classes as discussed with Andy sir, but I'm just telling you, if you are in a hurry, okay, you can do it like this. Okay. Okay. So as explained on that day, if you remember, we I mean, you can just get started over here also. Okay, we had copied this to the editor. We made the targets, okay, and we continued. Okay, after that we started the Prometheus service. Okay, once we started this Prometheus service, Okay, we along with that started the node exporter service also. Okay, such that we will get the logs. Once we started the node exporter service, we along with that we started the Grafana also. Fine. Now instead of this, what we'll do is we'll use this thing. Okay, we'll go over here and we will use this. Fine. So once we have installed this plugin, okay, we will, if you do ss minus tln, you can see that things are running on 3000 number port. So we'll run this thing. Okay. So once we have run on this thing, we'll just run on admin. Okay. Fine. For some reason, why is this happening? Even though I'm giving the same password, then also it's okay. Okay, so there is a website which is known as play.grafana. Okay. So if we go over here, okay, we can select standard dashboard. Okay. And we can basically fix the things. Fine. So we can go into manage and we can go into this thing. If you want, we can go into Azure. Let's say Azure Data Monitor. Okay. So even though if we are moving things from scratch, okay, what we can do is we can edit this thing, okay, and over here go into this thing and add what type of query that we want. Okay, if you want Kusto query, then also it's possible. Fine. So if you have the Azure Data Monitor type of query written over here, it will allow you to write these queries one by one. Fine. So you will be able to write a query from scratch. Select this metric and we are interested in writing these functions and these queries. Okay. Getting my point? So this is how we will basically do this customized type of dashboard. Fine. Is the approach clear to everybody? Harsh, is the approach clear? Prasanna, is the approach clear? Maitri, I mean, how we will be doing this thing? Okay. Fine. So I think this was all from my side. Okay. This was all from my side. We have seen, I mean, joins, Kusto, and a lot of other things. We'll be basically looking at things in future. I think ND has left. He might be busy. Okay. So I think this was all from my side. We might plan the sessions in future. Okay. So if required, we'll have a word. Aruna, me, Harsh. Okay. So till then, thanks. Have a nice weekend. Okay. Okay. And you can fill the feedback forms if required. Yeah, you can fill the feedback forms. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Daniel. Yeah. Okay, Harsh, bye. And you might require for I mean, if you want to directly get in touch with me, so this is my number. Okay. So we can have a word also, fine. And this is my email ID. And Venki, if you have any doubts, you can directly shoot me on my email ID. I'll give. I mean, I can give you remote support also. That also fine. Okay. So thanks everyone. Thanks Maitri. Thanks Satya. Thanks Sayed. Thanks Vagdevi. Okay. And we will. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm done. Thanks a lot to everyone. Satya, can I close this webinar if it's not required? Can I close this if you don't have any inputs? Okay, fine. Thanks. Sarita, should I close this if you are done with your survey? Okay. Satya, I think you are also done with your feedback. Kalaivani is also done. Kalaivani?